Stradivarius and Maidon. They've got a break over the field. There's a half furlong to go. Maidon got first run on the outside. Space Legend is lunging, but he can't get to him. Maidon wins.
It's Deacon with a fight on its hands. Berkshire Breeze a half neck away, still coming. It's Deacon refusing to give in. A long neck Berkshire Breeze. Deacon just in front and wins. Revelare up to Lormona at the 150. Revelare draws a neck in front of Lormona. Revelare just in front and books a spot on the first Tuesday in November. Half Yours has raced away, 2 lengths in front and it's over. Half Yours spears away and the favourite wins it by over 3.
Royal Supremacy moved up the Soul of Spain. Royal Supremacy hits the front. Royal Supremacy draws away to win the Metropolitan.
Back Middle Earth, so it's Adelaide River, came around the corner at the 450 and Tino moves up on the outside under a hole. Deacon under pressure, Sir Delius trying to come on, then Young Verda, Via Sistina and Aliana up the middle of the course, and Tino at the 250 takes Adelaide River, then Sir Delius staying on from Via Sistina and Tino below the 200. Sir Delius wearing it down. Sir Delius takes the lead from Antino Via Sistina. Sir Delius, take note, the real deal. Sir Delius, 2 lengths Antino, Via Sistina, and then Half Yours Aliana.
Handicap conditions.
Moves up on the outside. Royal Supremacy with the white cap into the clear. Back on the inside, Arthur Baskin from Sun and Sand. They stretch right across the track at the 300 metres. Soul of Spain, the favourite, hits the lead. Royal Supremacy is going after it on the outside. Clear from Piggyback. Duakibo. Vauban's in a bad pocket. Royal Supremacy moved up to Soul of Spain. Royal Supremacy hits the front. Royal Supremacy draws away to win the Metropolitan. From Soul of Spain, Duakibo ran third. Then more Fillons.
Australia's greatest race day is on Channel 7.
On the one day, you have two of, I think, a handful of the most important and famous races in this country, in harmony with one another.
The fastest horses in the land compete in the Everest.
Think about it! Think about it, won the Everest!
And then you've got the best stayers in the land going down to compete in the Handicap the Caulfield Cup.
Without a fight for the Caulfield Cup.
Our best day in Australian racing. It is epic. That's nirvana.
2 races that are so different, one full of history and full of that tradition and part of that Melbourne spring.
The big field lining up in the Caulfield Cup and the testing 1.5 miles.
And the other, brash and new and so Sydney.
The build-up towards the Everest is extraordinary.
It's a really sexy event. Everest has got a voice of its own.
We celebrate speed.
1,200 metres, fast, dash for cash.
Wait for age for $20 million.
It's a great combination. What a cocktail it is.
Get the popcorn out.
Of racing, so much about the past, the present, and in some ways the future. The Caulfield Cup's been famous for over 100 years. Think about those chest of stories and history that have been written, and yet at Caulfield and the Cup today, we may see something that's never been done before. And here at Royal Randwick, with Ka Ying Rising, the world's fastest horse, you feel like the Everest could go to a new level, particularly if he were to walk down this tunnel as the winner. But Emma, in so many ways, it's not the walk down, it's the walk up the cauldron that matters most. Because if Ka Ying Rising can hold himself together in the theatre of the horse and then on his way to the track, it could be just one of those days.
And from the moment that the Hong Kong champ arrives on track, we will be with him every step of the way. From that first foot off the float to when the gates crash open in front of 50,000 fans. Along with the 11 other runners in the Everest, an all-aged winner, a TJ Smith winner, a winner of the Stradbroke and an Oakley Plate winner as well. This crowd today is going to be absolutely magnificent, and they are going to play an integral part as to how Ka Ying Rising and all of those runners in the Everest really handle the occasion, as will the all-important track.
I can tell you today that every single horse is going to get the chance. The track is rated a good 4. It's absolutely perfect. A little bit on the firmer side, but one thing's for sure, every horse is going to get their chance, especially in the Everest, as we see 12 of the best horses in the world grace this turf. It's a monster day here at Royal Randwick, but an even bigger day down there as the Caulfield Cup awaits.
Well, Katie, this is the special spot, isn't it? And you know it better than anyone. The start of the Caulfield Cup, nearly 150 years of history and tradition, and this great contrast between the speed animals in the Everest and these European-bred, beautiful, long stayers. How is this track going to play for the great race, the Caulfield Cup, one of our classics? Well, the good news is wind. Remember last week when we had that huge headwind, which gave an advantage to those that were on speed? That's disappeared today. The track, we've put 30 mils of irrigation on this track. We're on a good 4. It might get upgraded to a good 3. They'll burst out of the barriers here, do a lap of Caulfield, and then the sprint to the finish, where Lizzie will be there to cheer them on.
That's right, Richo. 149 years of history, the Caulfield Cup. And whoever hits this winning post first will be taking home this prestigious trophy. And not only that, they will etch their name into Caulfield Cup history.
So much Lizzie and Richo to look forward to at the Heath today. It's officially a sellout at Caulfield, and that's superb. They've got a good day weather-wise. Richo talked about that wind and how important it might be, and what a moment it could be for Jamie Mellum today. More about that story later. And at Royal Randwick, well, we've talked about Kar Ying Rising for 12 months. The fact that he might come, well, he's arrived. He'll be here on course pretty shortly, and he'll be taking his place and leading the field out for the $20 million Everest. 50,000 people are going to join Emma, Katie and myself today at Royal Randwick. Could you think of a better place to be, gals?
Oh, I absolutely bounced out of bed this morning. The nerves have really kicked in. This is an electric day. We saw the crowd roll in this morning at 10 a.m.
They were excited to be here, and you're right, there's something about the atmosphere here at Royal Randwick on this day that is almost undescribable. Everyone's excited about what's going to happen on the track, but the party is awesome as well. This is Australia's greatest race day with the running of the $20 million Everest, plus the, in inverted commas, support card, which is just as elite. Alongside the Caulfield Cup, one of Australia's 4 majors, Katie, nearly $40 million of prize money up for grabs.
It's extraordinary, the money on offer. As we look at the menu today at Randwick and all the feature races, of course, headlined by the $20 million Group 1 Everest, and then supported by the King Charles Stakes, which is a ripper race over the mile where we're going to see the champion, Mr. Brightside, try and chase Pride of Jenny. And then we've also got the Kosciuszko, so $2 million on offer. It's like the Everest for the country horses, Bruce.
Oh, it's mouth-watering, Katie, isn't it? New 2M. So, boy, it's a good ticket to have, an Everest ticket. They're getting harder to get. They were charging in this morning to get their vantage point. The crowd will be electrifying. Can't wait for Sweet Caroline and all the build-up to the Everest. James Cummings will join us. What a privilege it's been for us to have James as part of 7 racing through the month of October, and he'll give his insights. He's had 10 runners in the Everest. He's been in the top 5 on 5 occasions, and today he will tell us all about Tempted. Let's catch up with Matt Hill, who's got the privilege of calling the Caulfield Cup.
This is your moment. What a fantastic day on the screens of 7. One of the Grand Slam races, the running of the Caulfield Cup later on here in Melbourne. And I think Half Yours is just about a weighted certainty to win the great race this afternoon. It was a fantastic win in the naturalism, making it favourite here for the Caulfield Cup. Had a little bit of a penalty and then ran in the Turnbull with a fantastic flashing fourth behind Sir Delius, and horses that are heading towards a Cox Plate. Fitting in with 52.5 kilos, a terrific draw, just needs that element of luck approaching the home corner, and I think Half Yours will give Tony and Kelvin McAvoy a famous win in the Caulfield Cup. That's my best bet of the day, Half Yours, and I reckon we'll get a little bit of interest early on with Ray Magnerio in the Herald Sun Sprint, race number 6, a very good first up horse, but the day will continue to build 2 Group 1s. Big crowd here at Caulfield, and the weather gods have done the right thing for us. Go Half Yours in the Caulfield Cup.
Great calling today, Matty Hill. He set the scene perfectly. What a story it would be if the McAvoys and Jamie Mellon can combine with this short price favourite in Half Yours, who won the naturalism. They've dashed through the barriers here to get out into the outer, into the members, into corporate dining. A sellout today at Caulfield, highlighted by the Caulfield Cup. What a card.
It is an amazing card. 149 years of history, the Caulfield Cup, over the 2,400 metres. And it could be history once again with Jamie Mellon riding the favourite Half Yours. We've also got the 1,000 Guineas, the Caulfield Sprint, the Tristark Stakes, Moonga Ethereal, Caulfield Classic, which is an interesting race, the Gothic and Alinghi. But not only that, Richo, this is one of the most exciting times of years because this is when we get to see our internationals. They step foot at Caulfield this afternoon, and we have got a number of really fascinating runners, including a horse called Maidan, who's stepping out for the very first time.
And Maidan last start ran on a synthetic track and ran third to a horse who ended up running fourth in the Arc. And of all of the Northern Raiders, the big one is Ka Ying Rising. The Hong Kong superstar is the short price favourite in the Everest. So our jockeys have arrived on course. Robbie Dolan, $1 Million Robbie, if you don't mind, the Melbourne Cup winner, alongside two-time Caulfield Cup winner in Mark Zara. Blake Shin keen to get his name on the honour roll of the Caulfield Cup. Just some of the stars walking the track at the moment. All is in readiness. Race number 1 not too far away. We're joined by